disappeared into the dust and the spray of blood to the left flank, where the cavalry forces were contesting for control of the field. It was an important position. Many officers, he knew, would write off the cavalry as a lesser force and concentrate on the struggle of the legions in the centre, thinking that the heavy infantry would be the ones to decide the day. Sextus knew differently, as apparently did Bassus. Whoever won the flank would manage to bring their cavalry round to the poorly defended rear and would stand a good chance of breaking their foe. As such, Sextus had made sure to field sufficient horse on both flanks to match the riders of Bassus. He would not make such a simple mistake. He was heir to the greatest general in the world, and it was important, here, when the might of Rome met in battle, to show that he was up to the challenge. "He is overconfident," Sextus said, nodding. "He believes his army will win, and he believes it will happen on the flank. He is wrong." "His men fight like lions," another officer supplied. "They believe his lies. Our men struggle. Perhaps they do, too." The lies. The rumours that Caesar had perished at Thapsus in Africa mere weeks ago, racing across the Republic in advance of official word. Rumours that Sextus entirely disbelieved, and that he felt certain had been manufactured by Bassus in Tyrus to secure his anti-Caesarian revolt. He shook his head, addressing the officer. "It is not in the will, but in the experience. Our men do not believe my great-uncle to have perished. They know they still fight for him and for the strength of a new Rome, uncorrupted by the old pedagogues. They struggle because our army is a ragtag force of secondary garrisons, green recruits, and near retirees, all we could gather to face the battle-hardened legions of Bassus. Yet see how they hold. And it will change nothing. We will win on the flanks, for I have my secret weapon." He turned and looked over his shoulder. Here, on the low rise which had become his command post, he could see past the tents and the corral of officers' horses, the standards and the wagons, and saw the unit he had kept in reserve, out of sight of the enemy, hidden from view. Gauls and Germans, almost 1,000 riders, veterans of war from the first days of his great-uncle's campaigns against the Helvetii and the Belgae, men who Caesar had left in Syria as part of the garrison, for they were riders the general could trust. Sextus knew damn well that Bassus would have reserves too, and likely even cavalry. But Bassus would have poor riders in reserve, allies from Pontus or Judea, or perhaps Galatians, nothing like the savage force Sextus commanded, which waited in the shadows, champing at the bit. His gaze played across the field once more. The struggle really could go either way at the moment, though he was confident that one signal would change all of that. But it was important to give the troops he had already fielded the chance to win the battle themselves, to give them heart and to enhance their reputation. Yet he would not hesitate to field the Gauls and Germans, and the time for such a move was fast approaching. He could see the centre, still struggling. Bassus had gained the edge there, his iron-hard veterans slowly pushing the governor's forces back, but still they were not breaking, and they held well. The right flank was immobile, contested by equal forces, and little was likely to happen there. The left flank, though. He could see the standards there, marking Bassus's position among the riders. The man had committed to the fight in person. He was a fool. Scores of generations of Roman generals had learned that the best place for a general was safely at the rear, where he could see the entire field and adapt and move as required. Bassus had instead put himself in danger. Sextus made the decision then. He'd given his army long enough to prove their mettle, and, even if they weren't the men who won the battle, they would be proud that they had held long enough for victory to be secured. Now was the time to break the left flank, and, with Bassus himself among the cavalry, there was a good chance the enemy commander would perish in the fray. Everyone knew how easily an army lost its heart with the death of its general. Sextus would commit the Gauls and Germans, turn the flank, kill Bassus, and break the enemy infantry with a harrying cavalry action to them.